Hello again, everybody. This is Craig here with Craig Dacey Financial Coaching, and I'm going to be giving you another Everydollar tutorial. And we're going to be talking about what to do if you have leftover money at the end of the month. What should you do with that? Do you roll it over? Do you put it elsewhere? What should you do? So we're going to be taking a look at that today. Now, before I do want to offer you a free download for you. It's called my Financial Freedom Roadmap. Click on the link in the description and you can go there and this will be emailed directly to you. This is a step-by-step guide out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. So if you're going, what's my next step? What should I do? We take the whole big, overwhelming process and break it down into easy to manage steps that you can just check off one at a time. So be sure to click on that link and get your free PDF emailed directly to you. All right, so let's jump into Everydollar. And so I'm going to be looking at 4 categories, and I already went ahead and made them favorites, so they're right here up at the top. And so it's the last day of January, which actually it is as I record this, and I have these 4 categories, and I have some money left over. You'll see I have $10 remaining in groceries, $35 in restaurants. I didn't spend any of my clothing money this month, and then there's some gas money. So what do I do at this point? There's leftover money. February starts tomorrow. Should I roll it? Should I keep it? And the answer is it depends. Now, most of the time, I recommend taking any leftover money and putting it on your debt snowball. This is extra money. We'll start fresh tomorrow with these same planned numbers, and we'll be good to go. And then you get some extra cushion and extra boost on your debt snowball. Now, there are a couple of areas where I wouldn't necessarily do that. Number one, if this was your first month ever budgeting, maybe roll some over or just kind of see how it goes. We want to make sure these numbers are accurate. Maybe this month was really good on groceries because you just you had a lot of food already in the pantry and you didn't go grocery shopping as much. I don't know. So get the ball going. After 2 or 3 months, if you've been doing this a little while and you have leftover money, then I would put them in your debt snowball. So like groceries, if 360 has been a good number for me, if I haven't gone over budget or run out of money too early after the past few months, then I don't need to roll the money over because 360 is enough. If this is pretty normal, then I don't need to roll that money over. So what I can do is I can come in here and I can either change the planned number to 350, and then come down to my debt snowball, and I can change the smallest debt. I think this credit card too is because I already snowballed on top of it. So I'll just add that $10 to that, so 143. So instead of paying 133, I'm making that extra debt payment on there. So now next month it's going to be back to 360. So if I do it this way, when I copy over to February, which I've already done in this budget, it's going to copy it as 350. So we'll have to be careful of that. But you can roll it down there. The other way to do it is just to add a transaction. I'll show you that in a second on a different one. So restaurants, same thing. I don't need to be carrying over an extra $35 next month. If I'm getting out of debt like this budget is, I want to squeeze as much out of this budget as I can. So giving myself some extra restaurant money is probably not the best idea. So what I can do is here's another way to put it on the debt snowball, just 2 different ways. You choose the way that you prefer. I can add a transaction. It's an expense. I'm going to title it debt snowball so that way I know. So you'll see it takes it out of here, and then I'm going to come down to my debt snowball, and I'm going to add a transaction as income, and it was 35, right? 35. And it's just going to put it in there. So now it's there, and it should be going towards the balance. That way it doesn't mess up my planned amounts. That's 2 different ways to do it. It's up to you how you want to do that. Clothing is one that I would roll over because odds are I don't shop every month for clothes, but maybe seasonally, maybe every couple of months I go to the store. So what I can do if I want it to roll is I can make it a fund. So if I click on clothing, I come over here and make this a fund. What that's going to do is it's going to carry it every month. So when I copy February, it's going to show that if I'm budgeting 90 again, it's going to show that I have 180 in my budget. So let me see if I can come over here to February. I'm going to have to reset February just so I can copy it. So let me reset February. If you ever need to reset, you can. I'll put the link to the reset video in the description. So now if I come to clothing, you'll see, because I made it a fund, that $90 budgeted last month, or budgeted this month, plus the 90 that was still there, I now have 180 in my clothing budget. And you'll also notice that groceries is 350 because we tweaked it. And so all that stuff is carries over the way it was. Let's go back to January. And then same with gasoline. I'm going to put that toward my desk Snowball. So $30 extra in gas, I'm going to roll it over. The only time I might not is if you know you're going on a big trip next month and you might need extra gas. But when it comes to this, I err on the side of put it toward my debt Snowball. What happens to us is we roll it over and we tend to spend. If we give ourselves an extra $25 in restaurants, we're going to spend an extra $25 in restaurants. I know I would. If I just take it off the table, put it toward my debt Snowball, I already know that $225 is pretty reasonable because I didn't use it all this month. So next month, I shouldn't need to use it all again. So take that temptation away. And at the end of the month, go through your budget, find your leftover money, and then just pull it together and make a big extra debt payment. So I took that 35 from restaurants. I could take this 30 from gas. And then I had, I believe, 10 from the groceries. So that's $75. I could immediately go online to my credit card to make a $75 additional payment. Just right away, get it done, get it out of my bank account so I'm not tempted to use it. And then I start fresh with February with brand new numbers. Hopefully that helps and hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions or if you were confused by something I did, drop it in the comments box below and I'm happy to clear that up for you. Otherwise, grab that financial freedom roadmap using the link in the description and I'll see you in the next video.